The match on Impact last week was Matt Hardy versus Dutch, and from the Righteous. And before the match, okay, here's the thing. This is where it gets into that gray area.
Who was the ref? Who was the ref?
The ref was, oh my God, was it Frank?
Okay.
I believe
it wasn't Daniel then.
No, it might have been the new guy, Mike.
Okay.
Might have been the new guy, Mike.
We'll ask Daniel when he gets back.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of jacked up referees, but anyways, so before the match starts, Matt Hardy pulled some tables off from under the ring and did some spray painting on them. Okay, fine. Later, when the match was on, they utilized the tables and went through the tables, yada, yada, yada. And the announce team did their best to cover it up by saying, well, the tables were there before the match started. Therefore, the referee's using their discretion not to call a DQ or something to that effect. That's pretty much the explanation they made. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter whether they were pulled out before, after, or during the intermission. They're not part of the regular set at ringside. That's why the announce table is not a DQ, and any other table that's pulled out that's not part of the set is a disqualification. This whole gray area of referee's discretion is getting completely out of hand. That's almost as bad as every guy puts out an open challenge now. That's how ridiculous it's getting with this referee's discretion stuff. And yes, and people are gonna say, "Are you being the ref police?" Yes, I am.
That's what we do.
I carry a badge. And
yeah, but you guys have earned the right to do that, though.
See, I get it, because people, the more you lax the rules, the more you do that, then
the rules mean nothing.
Not only do the rules mean nothing, then when you try to implement them, somebody's going to be watching and saying, well, last week it wasn't like that.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to be uniform. And going back to the WrestleMania match where Roman Reigns used the steps on thing, I can understand that for a one match, your main event, your big time match for a championship, the referee doesn't want it to end on disqualification, so he's going to give the guys some leeway. When you do it in just a regular TV match, then you lost me. I'm sorry.
Yep. I agree with you. And, this, like you said, has become a very common thing now. And then when your announcers have to put over the reasoning why people are at home going, what the fuck? That means it's wrong. You know what I mean? It's just not there. It's kind of like when the announcers on a football game, they see the instant replay like I've done and gone, oh, that wasn't a catch. The announcers are going, that's not a catch. And then the referees come back and they go, we reviewed it. The catch was good. And we're like, what the fuck?
Right. What are they saying?
Right. So you're right. It makes wrestling better if you stick with the rules.
Right.
I remember battling about tag ropes. Tag ropes have always been so important. And Jimmy, you know that.
Uh-huh.
You can also, the boys didn't want to use them, but why? Because they're new guys and they didn't know what the hell they were doing. You can use them for weapons. You can use them for different ways of getting in and out. I mean, it's just so many ways to get back, give cues. Hey, hold on to the tag rope, things like that. Things like the rules have to be in place, and they're just not anymore.
Exactly. I'll give you another example really quick, like fighting outside the ring. We talked about this. All you have to do is roll in and roll out. All it takes is a second. If somebody's fighting outside during a match and they're out there for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it is, and the referee has to stop his count to go out and follow them around because he doesn't want to count them out because that's not the finish. But then later on in the match, you're teasing a count out after about 10 seconds. You're like, so where was this like earlier in the match?
Right.
Is the count out being enforced when it wasn't enforced the entire match? See, you can't talk out of both sides of your ass.
Yep, you're right. And by the way,
two sides.
By the way, Frank was the referee. You were right on that.
Right.
And again, biggest thing is, A, he's not a senior referee, which doesn't make it right or wrong. But B, like you said, it's a TV match. So why are we getting all crazy and giving all these? Ugh, it needs to
It
stop. You're right.
Oh, I'll say this, we'll move on, we'll bring Daniel back in. Um,
No,
it No, you know, okay, I'll keep it going then. Uh, is this something that, you know, I'll say a veteran referee or a seasoned veteran, whatever the case may be, would they be able to, speak up and say, "Hey, why don't we do it this way?" Or is
You
it
should.
basically you should,
They
yeah?
they should voice their opinion. That's what, especially if you're a veteran referee who's been there for a long time, you earn the right to say, "Hey guys, I don't know about this. What do you think about this instead?" Instead of just saying, "No, that doesn't work. That's the shits. Makes me
yeah.
look bad." Okay, come up with an alternate plan. Tell me what you think would work better.